Hi, I'm Chuck Colson with this week's 2-Minute Warning. Christianity has been the most powerful force in shaping Western civilization. The problem is, most Christians don't even know it. I'm not exaggerating when I say that without Christianity, there would be no such thing as liberal democracy. We wouldn't be able to even talk about human rights or the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that the more the church is marginalized, the more Christians flee the public square or are intimidated into keeping opinions to themselves, the more likely it is that our nation will succumb to tyranny. That's why I'm so glad my good friend, history professor Glenn Sunshine, has written a powerful new book entitled Why You Think the Way You Do. It's a marvelous teaching tool, one that will educate and inspire Christians to stay in the fray, to defend the faith, to promote the common good, and especially defend the sanctity of every human being. Sunshine's premise is simple. As a society's dominant worldview changes, so too does its culture, and this is for better or for worse. The book begins by outlining the dominant worldview of Rome, which was paganism. Now, we recognize the achievements of Rome: economic prosperity, vigorous trade, efficient government, the rule of law, but we got to remember also that Rome had a rotten core: slavery, vulgar and violent entertainment, the widespread practice of abortion and infanticide, decadence, gluttony, sexual perversions. That sounds oddly familiar, doesn't it? But into that dark, violent world came the light of Christianity, which began to change the hearts and minds of people throughout the empire. That's because Christians promoted a radical, unheard of worldview, a worldview that says each and every human life is sacred because we're created in the image of God. This is why Christians in the Roman Empire opposed the gladiatorial games, elevated the status of women and girls, fought abortion and infanticide, and opposed slavery. It's also why women, slaves, the poor, people of no value in Rome's eyes, flocked to embrace Christ and the God who loved them. While Rome collapsed, Christianity and the church survived through the ages. Glenn's book shows us Christianity's impact throughout history, from the Irish Christians who saved Western civilization, to the Middle Ages, to the attempts of Enlightenment philosophers to undermine faith, to modernity and postmodernity, which has brought us so many problems. Glenn shows how we can see the clash between biblical and anti-biblical worldviews in every age, and then learn about how we can counter those lies with God's truth in our own time and place. What a powerful message we Christians have. For everybody, for every man, woman, and child. You're made in the image of God, a God who loves you, and who through the death and resurrection of his Son has prepared a place for you in heaven. And we can show how that marvelous message has humanized, been the greatest achievement for the human race ever in Western civilization, and underlies all the rights we today enjoy. And this is how we can be salt and light for our generation, just as ancient Christians were for theirs. I can't recommend this book highly enough. Please order it. It is such important reading. I am going through it again right now, and it's absolutely powerful. The book is entitled Why You Think the Way You Do. You can do it right here at the Colson Center bookstore. I'm Chuck Colson. That's this week's 2-Minute Warning.